What does the future hold for the NFL's most dominant offensive line? Are the Lions ready to surpass the Buffalo Bills and prove they're Super Bowl favorites? The Detroit Lions have been synonymous with excellence on the offensive line this season, but as we celebrate the present, the challenges of the future are already coming into focus. Kevin Zeitler, the veteran who played a crucial role in stabilizing the team after Jonah Jackson's departure, is entering the final year of his contract and approaching 35 years old. The big question now is, should the Lions stick with Zeitler or trust the potential of young talents like Donovan Jackson, the standout from Ohio State? With the 2025 draft approaching, names like Donovan Jackson, Christian Mahogany, and Giovanni Manu are gaining attention. Despite being a developing prospect, Jackson, standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 315 pounds, showcases promising physicality that could solidify Detroit's offensive line for the future. Meanwhile, the Lions' defense is also in the spotlight. After a solid showing against the Packers, head coach Dan Campbell emphasized the need to continue refining defensive details. The return of key players like Alan McNeil could be the deciding factor in neutralizing Josh Allen, the Bills' star quarterback and MVP candidate. Week 15's matchup promises to be an unmissable spectacle. On one side, the Lions are seeking their 12th consecutive win and aiming to solidify their position as the NFC's #1 team. On the other, the Buffalo Bills, under pressure after a loss, are coming in strong to turn things around. Experts are divided. Many predict a narrow Lions victory thanks to an offense balanced by Jared Goff's leadership, while others believe Allen and the Bills could surprise. So, Lions News Fan Report, we want to hear from you. Should Kevin Zeitler return, or is it time to invest in a young and promising future? And more importantly, are the Lions ready to take on the Bills and show the world they're serious Super Bowl contenders? For those closely following this historic season, the game against the Bills could be a defining moment. Dan Campbell knows this matchup goes beyond the stats. It's a chance to solidify the rebuilding efforts he and Brad Holmes began a few seasons ago. The message is clear. Detroit isn't just a promise. It's a reality. But can Jared Goff, with his precision and game management, lead the offense against a fierce defense led by Von Miller? And can the Lions' defense, bolstered by the possible return of key players, contain Josh Allen's offensive arsenal? These are the questions everyone will be trying to answer this coming Sunday. While the future of the offensive line remains a pressing concern, performance on the field is the primary focus now. Kevin Zeitler, despite his advanced age by NFL standards, has shown this season that experience and leadership are invaluable. But how long can the franchise rely on him? Donovan Jackson, with his versatility and raw power, seems like a long-term solution, but is he the right choice? Or should the Lions look to another piece already on the roster? These decisions underscore that success in football extends beyond the field. It's about planning, long-term vision, and the courage to make tough calls. That's what separates good teams from champions. Lions Nation, get ready for an electrifying season finale. Whether on the field or behind the scenes, every decision, every game, every snap matters. There's no room for mistakes when you're this close to glory. Let's show that Detroit is ready to claim its rightful place among the NFL's giants. So, Lions fans, who do you think will be the star of the game against the Bills? Will Jared Goff continue his impressive streak? Can the defense hold off Josh Allen? And what about Kevin Zeitler? What would you do if you were in Brad Holmes' shoes? And don't forget, at Lions News Fan Report, every opinion matters. This channel is made for the fans, by the fans, and we want to hear your analysis. Who will be the hero of the next matchup? Is Donovan Jackson the future of the offensive line, or should we explore another direction in the draft? And most importantly, how do you evaluate Dan Campbell's work so far? The coach has been the central figure in this transformation in Detroit, bringing a resilient mindset and contagious energy to the locker room. But it's in big games, like this one against the Bills, that the true impact of his work will be tested. He has the players ready to face one of the AFC's best teams. But will the strategy work against Josh Allen's dynamism and creativity? On the other hand, Jared Goff is also in a unique position to prove he's the right quarterback to lead Detroit to the Super Bowl. After years of facing doubts, Goff has reinvented himself, finding his best form under the impeccable protection of the offensive line. A strong performance against the Bills could silence any remaining skeptics and reaffirm his position as the leader of this team. And what about the defense? Led by young standouts like Aiden Hutchinson and Kirby Joseph, it's showing it can be a dominant force. Against the Bills, the key will be constant pressure on Allen, forcing him into mistakes and neutralizing his explosive connections with Stephon Diggs. Will Aaron Glenn's adjustments as defensive coordinator be enough to contain such a dynamic offense? Lions fans, as we gear up for this epic battle, remember that every victory brings Detroit closer to a dream that seemed impossible just a few years ago. The Super Bowl is on the horizon, but we'll only get there with the support of each of you, cheering, commenting, and believing. As a Lions fan, it's impossible not to be excited about the moment we're living. This team finally feels like it's found its identity. The defensive line is one of the pillars of this success, and the impact of players like Kevin Zeitler is undeniable. He's brought experience and stability at a crucial time, but age is an inevitable factor in the NFL. I think the franchise should seriously consider bringing him back for another year. This would not only maintain the high level of the line, but also allow time to develop a promising talent like Donovan Jackson or another young piece. As for the game against the Bills, this is the kind of matchup that separates good teams from great ones. Josh Allen is a monster on the field, but our defense has shown incredible evolution, and with Dan Campbell at the helm, it feels like the team is increasingly prepared to overcome these challenges. Watching Jared Goff's consistency is something that fills me with optimism. He's playing with confidence, and with the support of a solid offensive line and an efficient receiving core, we'll have every chance of beating Buffalo. Now, speaking as a passionate fan, every victory this season has been a source of pride. The team's energy is contagious, and the culture Campbell and Holmes are building is something fans have been waiting for years. This game against the Bills will be a fire test, but also an opportunity to show the world that the Lions are no longer the almost team. We're serious contenders for the title.